Zombie apocalypse.
What's going on YouTube? This is 6 Scale Economist. In today's video we're going to be talking about the Hot Toys Qui-Gon Jin. As always, first we're going to talk about this figure from an investment perspective, from a collector's perspective, and then we're going to talk about it from an investment perspective. This figure's badass. Come on now. You knew I was going to say it. Don't sleep on this figure. Are you crazy? Like, look at this head sculpt. Liam Neeson to a T. So taking a look at it from a collector's perspective, like, I love this figure. I think it's like a great representation of Qui-Gon. Like, if you are like with the prequels, like, through thick and thin, like, this movie definitely wasn't the best, but like this fight scene, although it was incredibly choreographed, was awesome. And like, it's like the prequels like have their moments. Like, episode 3 is great. I love episode 3. Episode 2 sucks, but like whatever. Episode 1 like has its moments, and like while Qui-Gon was like a snore fest of a character from like a writing, dialogue perspective, like that's not really Liam Neeson's fault. Like, I still think he's like very like cool, and like this hot toy is like very welcomed. I mean, for one, the head sculpt is awesome. It's another Jedi, which is huge, and we're going to talk about that from an investment perspective in just a bit. But I really like this figure. Like, he's like versatility. It comes with like this poncho. I'm never going to use it, but it's nice to have there. Like, I don't know why I would display him in his poncho. The main reason that being I have the Darth Maul, and like the Darth, I don't know if you guys have this problem, but like the Darth Maul with the cloak on, like, I think it just doesn't really look that good. I don't know, something about it. It's like too big and like a little bit too like oversized. And like the only time I would ever display my man Qui-Gon with the poncho is if I had him displayed next to Darth Maul and his like little vest thing that he wears when he fights Darth Maul, like this thing. But I just don't think it looks that good on Darth Maul. I don't know why. Maybe I'm in the minority. But it's nice to have that poncho. One thing, Qui-Gon does look a little bit thick. Which, if you know me, I like the more like thin looks on characters. But like, I think it might just be like the pictures or something. At least I hope it is, because there's some where he looks a lot fatter than he does in like other ones. Like right here, he's just like big boy. Yeah, that's like a minor complaint though. Suppose it's hilarious. Oh, toys. Pictures of toys. They can look quite silly sometimes, but that's okay. Big man, look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Buy me. Your midichlorian count. It's worth $235. Sick. Like, cloak looks good. Like, I just can't get over this head sculpt is just so awesome. Like, some people, you can make the argument that like episode 3 Obi-Wan like doesn't really look like Ewan McGregor, but like this head sculpt definitely looks like Liam Neeson. I don't think there's like two ways around it. Like, that's Liam Neeson. Yeah, for sure. Liam Neeson. So great. Such a great head sculpt. Can you imagine if they did rooted hair? It looks so bad. I'm so glad that Star Wars like doesn't do that, but like Marvel still does. I think Marvel makes a mistake every time they do rooted hair, but like Star Wars like knows better and knows it's just better to be sculpted, and they are definitely right. Here's talking to the walkie-talkie. Like it. We need some holograms. You thought we were just gonna get one hologram? No chance. 2 holograms. Just 2? No. We're getting 3. I don't even think that did he ever even use a hologram in Mace Windu? I love it though. Never gonna use it. Love it though. And take a look at everything he comes with, right? Standard display base, cool. Bunch of hands. I'm about it. Jedi cloak, obviously, like very important. Walkie-talkie, 15 holograms, which we need, and lightsaber and like the swooshing lightsaber, which I will never use. Let me know in the comment section. Does anybody use the swooshy lightsaber when they display the figures? I personally never have. I've tried it. I don't really like it. I know some people are all about it. Like Cincy Nerd, I saw like one of his videos and he talks about how he like displays all his figures with the swooshy lightsaber. Me though, not a fan. Lightsaber hilt. One of the best lightsaber hilts, I think, in Star Wars. I just remember having like that thing as like a kid when you'd like flick it around and like fight your friend in like Toys R Us. Like that's the one that I would always use. So like from a collection perspective, like it's great. Like $235 for like a Jedi like scoop. That's coming to me for sure. Like Like this one was like a no-brainer for me. Not as much. The Jedis aren't as much of a no-brainer for me as like the clones. Like if you see my videos, like Rex or like Cody, like that was like a close my eyes as soon as I saw the first image and just hit pre-order. Like that was a no-brainer. This one is very good though. And right that, let's just jump into it from an investment perspective. You are straight on this figure from an investment perspective. No problem. Like 235. Now we're talking like what 250. Let's just call it like 255, 260 all in, shipping and tax. Like no chance this figure is ever going to go below retail. Like even if this figure is like oversupplied, like it's still available for pre-order and it still has like, you know, it's like should be like coming out soon. Like just use Obi-Wan as an example. It's such an easy like relative, you know, like it's a relative comp that you can use against this Obi-Wan. Like sorry, they can use this as Qui-Gon. Obi-Wan came out like retailed for like a similar price, the deluxe, you know, except they had a deluxe retail for like $274, I think. Sat in stock on Sideshow for a while. You know, seemed like maybe it wasn't going to do that well. Like a lot of people were like, you know, didn't really like love the head sculpt, like didn't think it looked too much like Ewan McGregor. And then like bang, sells out, and then now it's just like trending like to the moon. Part of the reason that though is because Anakin did very well, and I think that Anakin has something that both Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon unfortunately don't have. And so like Anakin like artificially brought up Obi-Wan with him. I don't think Obi-Wan would have done this well by himself, but because everybody that picks up Anakin, who's paying like $650, $600 for their Anakin in the secondary market, they want to pick up an Obi-Wan with it. So like it was very easy to like predict that like Obi-Wan was going to go up to, you know, extremely high level. It's like, if you think about it from like a collector's perspective who's like buying Anakin off the secondary market, if they're paying like $600, $650 for like an Anakin, like they're probably more than happy to pay $500 to pick up an Obi-Wan, which is like arguably like almost as cool of a figure. And you like really, if you have one, you have to display it with the other. Like your hand is almost forced at that point. And so like if you're gonna pay $600, $650 for one figure, $700, some people are paying like $500. Scoop, they're gonna, you know, they're just gonna pay that. So like you can comp this with Qui-Gon. I don't think Qui-Gon is going to do it as well because it doesn't have an Anakin. Like, you can make the argument that you're going to pair him with Darth Maul, but it's not the same pairing as having Obi-Wan and Anakin. But this Qui-Gon, I think, is like once it sells out eventually, like it's probably going to be a $400 figure. Like we don't have, like if you think about it, we don't have that many Jedi. He's definitely like an iconic Jedi. He already has Darth Maul to pair with him, which is going to actually increase the price of both of those figures, which is great. And we have the potential for what I'm sure Hot Toys is going to eventually give us an Episode 1 Obi-Wan. I think they're going to give us an Episode 1 Obi-Wan before they give us any Episode 2 Anakin or Obi-Wan. So like we can't be that far off from seeing an announcement of Episode 1 Obi-Wan. And once they announce that, like this one's just going to go even higher because now people are going to want to have Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon from Episode 1, or they're going to have Obi-Wan, Qui-Gon, and Darth Maul if they can fit that in a D12. So like this figure is like perfect timing where this figure is perfect time because you already have historical evidence of how well Obi-Wan from Episode 3 has done. We already have Darth Maul, so this one's getting slaughtered right in between. So this is like a good point to try and pick up this figure because if it has so much upside from Episode 1 Obi-Wan coming out, and it already has Darth Maul out, which is going to be great pairing for it, and we have historical evidence for how other Jedis have done, like Obi-Wan from Episode 3, which has done very well. I don't think this one's going to do as well, but I think that this one could very easily be a $400 figure, you know, call it 4 months after this figure sells out. So you have no downside with this figure. This is another figure, you know, beautiful part about a lot of Star Wars figures. I think you have no downside with this figure. It's an iconic Jedi that a lot of people are going to want to have in their collection. I certainly already pre-ordered mine months ago. And yeah, that's basically it. So if somehow you're still on the fence, you know, this close to like release of this figure, just jump on it. It's one of those figures that's coming out really soon that you need to jump on. Like Qui-Gon, you need to jump on. Cody, you need to jump on. Like those are figures that are no-brainers, and you don't want to get caught sleeping on those figures. There's other figures that you can like, you know, pass on and then beat yourself up on it if it goes up like a little bit. It goes up maybe to like, you know, like 300 or like 325, and you're like, I should have gotten that figure, and then you just buy it. But like, there's some figures that are like dead giveaways. Don't sleep on it, and Cody and Qui-Gon are definitely two of them. But as always, those are only my thoughts. So please feel free to, you know, like and comment in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Is this one such like a no-brainer for you guys? Like, maybe you guys don't like the prequels, and you know this figure is not for you. But for me, this is like totally a buy from a collection perspective and an investment perspective. That's gonna wrap it up. Thank you for tuning in. This is 6 Scale Economist, and we will see you in the next video.